Hello, this is Alexander Fryer, and I just visited Kansas State University on December 16th, and these are some reflections that I have after visiting their engineering department. So, first, I learned that there are lots of different engineering fields and a lot more that in depth, but that you don't need to choose right away because engineering is something that you need to love doing, or else that you won't last long. So you need to take time to figure out exactly what you need to learn about, and that there are lots of different parts and things going into being an engineer. Some of the things that surprised me or that I found cool is some of the labs that they were doing in their different departments. Like this one is a chemical lab that is showing how to separate two mixed liquids. So you would put the liquids in, and it would go through a series of steps to chemically separate them apart. So you would have separating the liquids, and this could be used in crude oil to separate the useful parts that you would burn from that, from the impurities that also are in that. One of my favorite parts of the tour was going into the nuclear facility and seeing the control room for the reactor. We got to talk to one of the full-time staff there who was in charge of teaching everyone about that, and he showed us the actual control rod and the different rods that acted as fuel in the reactor, and it was really fun and interesting learning about that part of engineering that I actually found most interesting. In the college, this is actually their library, which was one of the most technical things. You mostly had computers set up everywhere for people to use, and with different subscriptions to things that they can use. They also had laptops that each of the engineering students could check out and use whenever they want for free, that had all of the information on them, and they could take those to lectures or to work on wherever they wanted. So I found this very interesting, but comparing it to Northwestern when I went up there and doing that, I was disappointed that you would not get to actually involve in the labs until senior year, and that you wouldn't be doing as much besides building a water gun or taking apart, and you wouldn't have as much to do. But I also didn't get to see as much of the campus at at Kansas State, because at Northwestern we toured everything, and just a little part of that was engineering, so I actually got to go more in depth in the engineering field, because we didn't we didn't go see all the dorms and other places, so it was a lot more in depth, but I enjoyed it, and it was great. I find it great that I am still in 8th grade and that I get to go tour all of these colleges, so that I do not have to make as quick of a decision, and I get to think about a lot more in depth, because this is where I'm going to be spending a large part of my life, and that's going to influence a lot of my things. So it's nice when I get to the chance to see these at a younger age than most people.